Political tensions are rising in KwaZulu-Natal as the Umkhonto weSizwe party continues to keep its strategy to remove the provincial government of provincial unity largely secret. Speculation about the party's plans intensified this week after a letter began circulating on social media suggesting that the MK party was preparing to hold coalition discussions with the National Freedom Party. The letter, dated March 3, appeared to carry the letterhead of the National Freedom Party and the signature of the party's acting Secretary General, Sunset Xaba. According to the document, the NFP had received an invitation from MK Party Deputy President Tony Yengeni to participate in discussions about a possible coalition government in KwaZulu-Natal. The letter suggested that the meeting could take place on March 8, although the venue and time had not been confirmed. In the message, the NFP reportedly welcomed the initiative and indicated that it would participate in discussions aimed at strengthening cooperation among political parties in the province. The document described the talks as part of a broader effort to improve governance, stabilize political institutions, and ensure better service delivery for residents of KwaZulu-Natal. However, the authenticity of the letter has not been officially confirmed. Attempts to contact Xaba for verification were unsuccessful, leaving uncertainty over whether the document accurately reflects the NFP's position. MK Party declines to comment. The MK Party has refused to provide clarity on the matter. Party spokesperson Ndlela said he would not respond to questions about a document that had been leaked online. Ndlela argued that commenting on the letter would be inappropriate because its authenticity had not been confirmed. He also suggested that even if such discussions were taking place, it would not be wise for the party to disclose its strategy publicly. According to Ndlela, political negotiations often require confidentiality, particularly when they involve sensitive discussions about coalition arrangements or leadership changes. He argued that revealing such plans could weaken the party's position and allow political opponents to prepare counter-strategies. When asked whether the people of KwaZulu-Natal deserved transparency regarding the party's plans, Ndlela maintained that the MK Party would communicate its decisions only once internal processes had been completed. He said the party's primary focus was to restore what it believes to be proper governance in the province. Background to the political conflict. The current tensions are rooted in the fragile political arrangement known as the Government of Provincial Unity, which governs the province following the most recent elections. The coalition was formed after no single party secured a majority in the provincial legislature. The MK Party, led by former South African President Jacob Zuma, emerged as a major political force in the province during the elections. However, despite receiving strong support from voters, the party did not succeed in forming the provincial government. Instead, a coalition government was established by other parties represented in the legislature. Since then, the MK Party has repeatedly expressed its intention to challenge the coalition's legitimacy and attempt to replace it with an alternative governing arrangement. Previous motion to remove the government. In December last year, the MK Party attempted to remove the provincial cabinet through a formal motion in the legislature. The motion was supported by the economic freedom fighters. However, the proposal failed to pass after the majority of MLPs voted against it. The MK Party had hoped to secure enough votes to pass the motion by gaining the support of the NFP's single representative in the legislature. That representative, Mbali Shinga, currently serves as the MEC for Social Development within the coalition government. Despite pressure from her party leadership, Shinga voted against the motion to remove the cabinet. Her decision has created tensions within the NFP and led to disciplinary proceedings against her. If she is found guilty of defying party instructions, her membership in the NFP could potentially be terminated. Plans for a new motion. The MK party has indicated that it has not abandoned its efforts to challenge the current leadership structure. Party legislator Siphiwe Momo recently told media outlets that the party intends to table another motion before June 2026. Political observers believe that ongoing negotiations between opposition parties could determine whether such a motion would succeed. Several political groups represented in the provincial legislature have reportedly been holding informal discussions aimed at reshaping the balance of power. However, details of these engagements remain largely undisclosed. IFP responds to political uncertainty. The Inkatha Freedom Party, one of the key partners in the coalition government, says it is working to maintain stability. IFP provincial spokesperson Andy Lebila said the party was not aware of the alleged meeting between the MK party and the NFP. However, he confirmed that the IFP is planning discussions with the NFP leadership in an effort to stabilize the coalition arrangement. Bila said the talks aim to resolve areas of disagreement between the two parties and ensure that the government of provincial unity continues to function effectively. The NFP previously announced its intention to withdraw from the coalition, accusing the IFP of failing to honor agreements made during the formation of the government. Among the issues raised was a dispute over control of certain municipalities, including the Zululand District Municipality. Bila declined to say whether the IFP would meet the NFP's demands. He explained that such matters would be discussed during negotiations and that it would be inappropriate to reveal details before the talks take place. Concerns for political stability. The growing political tensions have raised concerns for stability in KwaZulu-Natal. Bila warned that prolonged uncertainty could affect public confidence and create anxiety within the business community. He noted that investors and companies often avoid regions where political instability could affect economic decisions. According to him, maintaining a stable government environment is essential for economic development and long-term growth in the province. Despite the ongoing tensions, Bila insisted that the coalition government remains stable and continues to carry out its mandate. He argued that the real issue lies in the refusal by some opposition parties to accept the legitimacy of the government of provincial unity. The political battle ahead. As negotiations and political maneuvering continue behind the scenes, the future of the KwaZulu-Natal government remains uncertain. The MK party has made it clear that it intends to challenge the current leadership structure. However, whether it can gather enough support in the legislature to achieve that goal remains to be seen. For now, the party's strategy remains hidden from public view, adding another layer of intrigue to one of the most closely watched political contests in South Africa's provincial politics. With coalition partners negotiating and opposition parties exploring new alliances, the coming months could prove decisive for the balance of power in KwaZulu-Natal.